wow, 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 wow. Guys, I have a confession to make. Since I was grown, since, no, well, what? Since I grew up in the late 2010s, late 2000s, there's a lot of music that is bad that I have nostalgia for. Like emo pop, people hate on that shit. Mall screamo, melodic metalcore, gent. Um, but there's one genre that I didn't mention just now. I'll give you 3 guesses, but you gotta guess fast because it has to align with the video. Okay, that's up for your first guess. Now your second guess. That's your second guess. You've got 1 guess left. And if it's not what it is correctly, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, sorry. Oh, fuck. The genre is post-punk revival. This genre goes alongside garage rock revival. They're basically just kind of like and I've said this in so many videos now, every band that wanted to sound like The Strokes. The Strokes are a garage rock revival band, but they're really just an indie rock band. Garage rock revival is just a funny way of saying like indie rock that has like that special kind of like wannabe vintage-ish tone, ruckusy, kind of like loud shout shit, whatever the fuck. I want to be Arctic Monkeys and The Strokes type of bands, right? But there's another style of music that developed alongside of those called the dance punk revival. Dance punk started in like the early 80s, I believe, maybe late 70s, I don't know. I think it's the early 80s or late 80s, sometime around there. And it's kind of like post-punk, but more dancey. And yeah, pretty cool. I haven't listened to too much like OG dance punk, but I've listened to enough to know that it's pretty fun. The dance punk revival happened around the same time the post-punk revival happened. I don't really know why I don't really like calling it the post-punk revival, because it's not really like modern post-punk. Like it's not like like a true revival, I guess. But I mean it is though. But it technically is a revival because they take aesthetics and like the kind of like uh the aesthetics of post-punk, like the fake British accents or the real British accents, and the cool like fancy classy aesthetic, um and the angular guitar playing, the really dancey rhythms, shit like that, right? That happened in the early 2000s. A lot of bands were doing this shit. Here's one band that did that shit and they got pretty popular. They're called The Bravery, and this is their self-titled album, and I got it thinking that this would be like some pretty shit post-rock or something. Not shit, but like mid, you know? I was mistaken, but it was an honest mistake. You know, track 1 of the album, An Honest Mistake. So this album was okay, honestly. Like there wasn't like any amazing songs. The first 2 songs, An Honest Mistake and No Breaks, were great. Those were amazing songs. I loved those. Everything else honestly was pretty forgettable, or songs that I honestly just tolerated because I didn't want to stop the album midway through. I feel like that's shitty. I mean, Public Service Announcement and like the Ring song kind of sucked. Right to Spring kind of sucked. Everything else was okay, you know? Aside from those 2 really good songs at the beginning, they set you up for failure, unfortunately. A lot of the songs sound kind of samey, and even when they do, it's like they take the samey parts of those songs and kind of drown them out and make them pretty boring. You'll notice there's like a trope in like post-punk revival where like It's the same chord progression. I don't know how to explain it. It's like 4, 2, 6, and then 1, or something like that. Like that's like the chord progression that you'll hear a lot in like PPR. But here's the thing: like the band, they don't sound bad. They're a pretty tight band. I just don't really like how mid some of the songs are. I feel like they could have made them sound a little bit different from each other, because sometimes sounding good the same is good, but for this it just felt like I was listening to the same song but each time it's like a photocopy. And the album cover is fucking gorgeous too, so they kind of disappointed me. Whoever drew that needs a head immediately. But yeah, I would recommend this to anyone if you like the Strokes, Arctic Monkeys, Interpol. There's a newer band that does this kind of sound. I forgot what their name is. Killjoy. If you like Killjoy and you need like a band that's not bad and doesn't have like a shitty lead vocalist that's a piece of shit, listen to this instead, because that guy's a piece of shit. Fuck that guy. But yeah, not a horrible album, but honestly a lot of the songs just aren't great. But that's okay. The 2 songs at the beginning make up for it.